Hello, welcome to Old School Budgets. I'm coming to you with another video. Today's video is going to be my February budget with me. I'm going to be going over how I review my budget from the last month and how I look at things going forward. When I first do my budgets, I look at the previous month on what I spend and to make sure that I have paid everything. I do budgeting on this video. I do budgeting, I do cash stuffing, I do savings challenges, mini, high priority, and regular savings challenges. I save for emergencies, and also I save for annual expenses to make sure that I have enough money for when the time comes for that expense. If this is something that you'd be interested in, then please continue to watch. And if it's something that you would like to see in the future or follow me on my journey, then please like and subscribe to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about my February budget. The things that I have every time I do my budget is I look at the previous month, which would be January. I make sure that there's not anything that I have not paid. I scan through it to make sure I paid all my bills and that I'm not rolling any expenses over. And then I have a spreadsheet that I actually write down all my bills on, and then all of my savings challenges that I want to include in that month's picture or expenses. So I review my last month's expenses. I look at my next month paydays. My next month paydays for February is the 10th and the 24th. So that's why I have my calendar here. I circle the 10th and the 24th. Those are my paydays, and I look at the date range of which I want to pay those bills in. But before I do all of that, I have to make sure that I write down all the bills that need to be paid. So this is what I've done here. This is just a little spreadsheet I did on Excel at work one day. And so this is what I tried. Last month when I did my bills, I just wrote them down, what bills I was going to pay the first check and what bills I was going to pay the second check. And I kind of was out there loosey-goosey on how I was going to spend all of my extra money. So that it went okay, but I wasn't like pleased. So this month I'm being a little bit more intentional on where I want my extra funds to go. So we're going to start off with me telling you guys all my bills that I have to pay. I have Microsoft, that's $10. I have my storage, which is $100. I have Comcast, which is $250. Part of that was I didn't pay it all last month. I thought I was supposed to pay $200, but it was really like $220 something, so that kind of rolled over. Anyway, my cell phone is $141. My gas bill is $100. My light bill is $100. I have 3 insurances, well, 4. One is $60, one's $42, one's $69, and then one is $122, and I have my life insurance, which is $42. My Netflix is $22. Blessings, that is to my church, is $300, and CC is credit card payments. I went to At Home, and I went to Home Depot, and I didn't have my cash with me, so I ended up charging on one credit card, so I'm going to be paying that off this month. It is what it is. So when you add all this up, it's going to be to $1,608. My monthly income for the month bring home is $37.34 for the month. So when you subtract $37.34 minus the $1,608, you're going to get $21.26. So $21.26 is the amount of money that I have left to divvy out to all of my sinking funds and everything else. So what I've done, I'm being more intentional this month than I was last month. Last month, I just basically said, okay, these are the bills that I have to pay, and everything else is going to go to sinking funds, savings charges, la, la, la. And anyway, so what I'm planning to do this month is I have a savings challenge that I'm going to start, which is going to put $300 a month in it. My emergency fund is going to be $100. My mini savings challenges will be $300 that I put in there. My high priority savings is going to be $300. My annual expenses is $200 because I want to go ahead and get those taken care of, so I won't have to think about those anymore. My cash envelopes, my gas, groceries, and my money is going to be $300. My savings challenges, which is my big green binder, is going to be $200. I have a loan that I'm going to pay $300. What this loan is last year when I was paying off my debt, there was one particular loan that I had to roll over to 2023. You can go back and look at one of those videos to kind of see how I broke it all down. But that loan is $3,037. Initially, the company told me, oh no, you got to pay it all back at one time. So that's why I was saving toward it. But I recently received a letter stating that I didn't have to pay it off all at one time. I could just pay it by the month. So this is what I'm starting this month. I'm going to pay $300 a month toward this loan and see how I go. I don't want to pay it all off at one time because I've just been so stressed over the last 12 months till I wouldn't have anything to save in my savings challenges. So I am just playing it by ear. If I get a little bit irritated with the loan, I may stop my savings challenges for a month, go ahead and pay it off, and then resume. But I don't want to do that because I just don't want to do that. So I've divvied all out, the rest of this money that I'm going to use for my savings challenges. So I'm going to add it up just to kind of make sure it's right. So that's 300, 100, 300, 300, 200, 300, 200, and then 300 for the loan. So that's $2,000 that I'm going to distribute out throughout all of my binders for the month of February. When you subtract 1,608 and 2,000, that leaves $126 as a buffer or miscellaneous, but I think I'm going to leave it in my main checking account as a buffer just in case I have an emergency or for a little bit of an overflow to go on over into March. So this is how I'm going to be doing my budget for February. I know my January budget was a little bit different. My February budget is now changing. Your budget has to always ever change according to your needs. Again, I review my last months to make sure that I paid everything. And if something rolled over, I got to make sure I pay it this month. Thank goodness nothing rolled over. I look at my paydays to see what I'm going to be paying when my paydays are. And then my next thing is I just map out my bills on my calendar to see, just to have a visual on I've got to pay these bills. So I get paid on the 10th. I know this one says the 1st and today is the 4th, Saturday the 4th. I've already paid the storage bill. I've already paid the Comcast, and I've already paid this insurance. I had to pay it before the 10th or it would be late. So what I did was I had some money rolled over into an account that was just there. I went ahead and I paid it, and I'm going to pay myself back when I get my check. These are some things that you have to do if your payday falls like almost in the middle of the month. In the 10th, a whole week almost has passed by and we're getting our first paycheck, which I hate those kinds of weeks, but there's nothing I can do about it. So when I get paid, I've got to pay every bill up until the 24th. So that's how I got to do it. And then since this $300 debt does not have a due date, I'm going to pay it at the end of the month on the 24th. And then I'll go on into my gas bill and the other two insurances that are due on the 28th. The best thing to do to not to have late fees is to map out your bills and to pay them according to your pay cycles. Now, there will be money left on the 24th. That money is not free. That money has to go to either sinking funds, savings funds, or to have a little bit of buffer to pay your bills at the 1st of March. Again, when I'm looking at March, it's going to be the same way. I get paid on the 10th and the 24th. Whoever gets paid on the 3rd and the 17th and the 31st, you guys have y'all's magic months, which is so awesome, but I don't have a magic month until later on in the year. So this is how I do my budget. I'm hoping that it works out this month. I'm trying to be more intentional on where I want my budget to exactly go. And I'm going to stick to it. Hopefully I can stick to it and nothing happens where I have to veer off and do something else. But this is a guide. Your budget is only a guide as to where you want your money to go. If something happens, I want to take it from my sinking funds. I don't want to take it from my fixed expenses that I have to pay. So I have $2,000 that I want to, I've aligned and allotted to go to these sinking funds. If an emergency happens, then I won't be able to save as much. I'd much rather it come out of my sinking funds versus me not paying a bill. So that's how I'm going to do it for this month. You guys, please follow me to see how I do. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far and you like my content and you want to see which way I go, how it's going to work out for the month, please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps the channel grow, and I really would appreciate it. And I want to say thank you guys for all that you do, all of your support. I really appreciate all my new subscribers. I appreciate all the likes and comments and the communication back and forth with everyone that's been part of this budgeting community. I really thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys enjoy your Saturday. Be safe.